Hi there, Cami back with the January Google Drive Blitz, and this time we are going to look at sharing both files and folders. And so there's going to be 4 different screenshots that you're going to need for the end to submit for this video. So we're going to start off in our Google Drive, and I'm in my Google Drive Challenge folder here, and you can see that first thing we want to remember is that if a folder has a person on it, that means it has been shared. And so anything that I do inside of that folder, if I move something in or out, it's going to be seen by everybody. If I change something in there, a title, everybody's going to see it. So that is the first important thing. So I'm going to come down, I'm going to click on my challenge number 5 folder that I've made. The very first thing that we're going to look at is sharing from this menu at the top. So if we want to click on challenge number 5, we can click up here and I can do some sharing. So I'm going to click at the top, I'm going to come down to share, and I am going to, for this one, share with a specific person. So I'm going to type in a name, and it's already been shared before, so it pops up. Now, when I'm in this space, I can choose to make this person an editor, a commenter, or a viewer. We're going to change this one to editor. And then I can unclick or click this button to notify people. So if I have notify clicked, it sends an email. I'm going to unclick it so that that person does not get an email. And then I'm going to click share. If I am sharing with someone outside of my district, it's going to give me a warning. If you're just sharing with your teacher, you won't get that. So your first challenge is going to be from your Google Drive, the top list. You can see here in my first red box, we're going to share a folder, and you're going to share it with a specific person. It does not have to be with me, and you are going to make them an editor. So that's our first challenge. Our second challenge is also going to be from Drive. So we're going to use a Google Doc that you can make, and then we're going to share that without opening it up. So I have a Google Doc here. I'm going to right click on my Google Doc, and I'm going to click on the share button. So I don't want to open it up. I want to click on it from the Google Drive. And here I see that it's already been shared with some people. The first thing I want to do is I want to come down here and I want to click on the names, and I want to change it to anyone with the link. And I'm going to leave it as anyone with the link can view. So that's how I want this one set. I'm going to click done. But I also want to show you some really specific things that we can do when we're sharing with a specific person. So up here I have these editors, and I can change from editor, commenter, or viewer here. But did you know that you can also give somebody temporary access? So I could change, we'll leave this person as commenter, and I can actually tell how long they can get access to. So let's say I only wanted them to access this for a month or a week. I can pick a date and a time, maybe only for 3 hours. And as soon as I close that, when that time hits, they will no longer have access. Another thing that we can do here is we can also remove that person from having editing access. So let's say we don't want them to have a time that runs out. We just want to not have them have access. We can just go ahead and remove them, and that will delete them from that file. So I have to save those changes. So for that challenge, you're going to share from within your drive. You're not going to open up the file. And at the end, we want to see anyone with the link and that person can view. All right, our next challenge, we are going to go into our Google Slides, and we're going to use the button that's at the top. So I'm going to open my Google Slide. In a slide, a doc, and a sheet, there's a colored button in the top right-hand corner, yellow in slides, blue in docs, green in sheets. And if we click on that, and we want this one to be set to anyone with the link and can edit. We'll practice that again using that file button. And so I want you to take the screenshot where you are showing me exactly what it looks like on this screen. The last thing we're going to do is go back to our Google Doc and look at how we can share from the file menu. All right, so inside our Google Doc, we're going to not use the blue share button, although we could. Instead, we're going to come to the file menu on the left, and at the top of slides and docs, there is a share button from the file menu. There's also a share button in Sheets. It's a little further down. So when I click on that, what do you know? I get that exact same pop-up that I've gotten every time that I've gone to share. And so this one, we're going to change anyone with the link. We're going to change this to editor. And I have to click done because I want to come up to this settings cog, but I have to click done first. So I'm going to come back here, share again. And now that settings button isn't grayed out. I'm going to click on that. And by default, both of these little boxes are checked. That means if I share it with an editor, they can do almost anything. I want to really restrict what people can do in this particular document. So when I unclick the first one, that means that an editor can't share or change permissions. And then if I unclick the second one, that means that a person can't download it, they can't print, they cannot copy it. The only thing they can do is look at it. So if you don't want anyone using your work at all, that bottom box, if you unclick that one, it really limits what anybody can do with your document. And we have to press done after we make those changes. So our items for today are going to be, starting with the last one, within a Google Doc, you are going to share so anyone with the link can edit, and you're going to take the screenshot showing those two boxes unchecked. Going back to the third one, you are going to slides, and you're going to click the share button in the top right, and you're going to show anyone with the link can edit. And when you take your screenshot, you're going to want to make sure that we can see that you use the share button there. The second item, again, going backwards, you are going to go into your Google Drive and you are going to share a document without opening it up. And you are going to have it set to anyone with the link can view. And finally, the very first thing that you did is along the top of your Google Drive, you're going to take a folder and you are going to share it so that anyone with that access to that folder can edit it. And your screenshot should show that you used that share button from the top. So I should see the cookie crumb trail of your document. I look forward to all that you are learning about sharing.